Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning to another CCDC short where our goal is to deliver information on hot topics for your business in 5 minutes or less. My name is Christy Bars and I'm president of the Hastings Area Chamber of Commerce. CCDC is the Chamber Coalition of Dakota County, representing chambers, 6 cities, and over 1,500 member businesses. Today we are super excited to have Jody Geib with us. Jody is the career and college coordinator for Hastings High School. Go Raiders. And she is here to answer questions on summer job descriptions. So thank you so much for being with us today, Jody.
Oh, thanks for having me. This is exciting.
Absolutely. All right. Well, we're on the clock, so we're going to hammer through the 5 questions quickly. And just for our audience, you are the liaison between students and careers that they're looking for now and in the future, or any college opportunities that they might have, correct?
Yeah, I like to say that I help kids figure out what they're going to do after high school. So
Perfect.
After graduation, and this fits in beautifully.
Perfect. Fantastic. Okay. So our very first question, when do you start hearing from students that they are looking for summer jobs?
Now.
Okay.
Now,
so
they've been asking for at least the last month, and then even last week I had some parents that I know texting me and asking me about employment for their kids.
So end of winter, early spring.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And what do students look for in a job description?
Yes. So most of the time, what they want to know are what age is the company hiring for. That's really important. I do get a lot of 14-year-olds looking for employment, and I know that's not always the case. So, and then I get them seeing the job, and it doesn't say it. They get all excited, and then they find out it's 18 plus. So to just put it right out there, that's really super helpful. They're looking for rate of pay. Kind of a range is totally fine. They just want an idea. Another thing, the hours, the days, the shift, that sort of thing. They would feel bad if it didn't meet the requirements and they got outside, took up the employer's time and stuff, and then they found that out. That's just hard for them. So putting that out there is excellent. And the duties, the responsibilities, what's going to be expected of them. And it doesn't have to be elaborate, but they do want some idea. And really importantly, how do they apply? Like, how does the employer want them to get in touch? Do they want it to be a phone call, a stop in? If there's a link to an application online, I know it's not always possible. Maybe it's even just a Google form. I think employers would really have a lot of kids applying that way. I think it's a little intimidating for them to go in, even though I always tell them to go in and if they're looking for a job, to go in and talk to the employer to see if they're hiring and start the conversation. Those are just things that I can think of right now.
So it sounds like the basic facts, but I'm sure that we'd be amazed at how many job descriptions don't have those just facts right off the bat for students to find.
Yeah, I think employers get excited to just put the posting out there and they know stuff, but they're not thinking about the student doesn't know because they're new to it, right? Like you and I, we know how to do this. Students, this is such a new world to them. So just really making it simple for them.
That's a very good point. Okay, next question. Where do you send students to look for jobs?
Yeah, so actually, the employer can send me the job postings, and hopefully it has all those things that we just said. If not, then I ask the employer for some clarification and some more information. And I have a Kids Use Schoology. It's a resource that we use here. They use it for classrooms, and I use it. I have a Career Center group page on Schoology that is accessible to students and their parents. And that's where I post it first and foremost. If an employer has a beautiful brochure, flyer, etc., please mail those to me, snail mail, because I can post it around the building because I just don't have access to a color printer that's capable of that. But that's number one. I also will post it to the Facebook High School Career Center page. That primarily is getting the attention of the parents.
Sure.
So that they can share that with their kids. So those are the two main places.
Okay, great. And for those businesses tuning in that are not in Hastings, I would just recommend getting a hold of your high school counselor or connecting with your chamber, and they'd be able to make those connections for you. But great, perfect resource, and probably something that our businesses did not know was available. So
Yeah.
know that that's out there. Okay, and then let's see, question number 4. Who has the best job descriptions for students? Who is really doing everything that you have seen and posting those amazing summer job descriptions?
Yeah, so I went and looked back on this to just check, and I found that companies that have actual HR departments do a beautiful job. Everything that I had said that the kids are looking for, they detail it out. Alina actually is one of them that just came through, and every single point was on their job description. With that said, sometimes when I get those postings, larger companies that have HR departments might send me a link that they are hiring, but it's very general for all employment at their company. What would be helpful is if they have a link specific to the jobs that pertain to high school kids. So then smaller companies do a really good, personal, it's exactly about that job and everything. It just sometimes they're not including everything. So
so that's good.
Now they will.
Right, and that's the purpose of this video. So for the small businesses, similar to like the chamber, where we are the president, the HR, the janitor, the accountant, all of it. Really important to just know those top facts of the age that you're hiring for, the exact hours, the exact duties, and most importantly, how they should apply.
Yes.
Perfect. All right, on to our very last question.
Yeah.
How can businesses attract young workers? So if you had to give one piece of advice, what would that be for our small employers?
It's kind of a lot to say for something attracting young workers, but just making them feel really comfortable that they don't need to know what they don't know. They just have to come with a great attitude and a working mentality.
That's a very important point. I think that's excellent advice.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so we have gone through our 5 questions. Thank you so much, Jody. These are super helpful tips on creating a solid summer job description, and I know that our businesses are going to be very grateful for this information. So thank you for your time today.
Well, thank you, Christy. I really appreciate it, and we love our partnership with the Chamber and Hastings High School, and we hope this is just the beginning of a lot to come.
Yes, likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, I would like to close by thanking our partnering chambers who help put programs on like these CCDC shorts. A special shout out to the Apple Valley, Burnsville, Lakeville, River Heights, and the Hastings Chamber of Commerce. That's it for now. Thank you all for tuning in.